Big Earn here with MMA Buzz. I'm sitting here with Josh Cole. Now, Josh, when I was getting ready for this fight, obviously I get to see Josh Gavan a lot, and he's a great fighter. His only defeat is by Chris Holland, who knocked him out. Now, I got a question for you. My first question for you is, did you watch any film on Josh Gavan? Did you see the Travis Peak video?
I did, and actually, you know what? I wanted to kind of fight him like Travis Peak because Travis Peak did a great job. Travis Peak just had a little bit of problem holding him down, and he had a little bit of a problem just getting him to the ground a couple of times. I know, no offense to Travis Peak, you're a good guy, but I feel like I'm a lot better wrestler than him. And I knew if I were to get on top of him there, I could keep him down a lot longer and do a lot more damage.
Right, and you did. And you were able to take him down. Did you think you were going to be able to take him down that easy? It seemed like you were getting those takedowns. From a visual standpoint, it seemed like you were getting those takedowns relatively. I mean, he wasn't really able to stop your takedowns. Really what it boiled down to.
Yeah, I knew he'd never wrestled in high school. I've been wrestling since I was about 8 years old, so I knew my wrestling was there. Especially with coaches like Ed Herman, Ryan Schultz, all the guys they're bringing in guys like Chris Lieben, Tyson, just all kinds of great guys for me to train with. Really good wrestlers, so I knew my wrestling was going to be there.
Yeah, and now he caught you with a couple shots. Were you ever in trouble at all during the fight?
You know what? That boy hits hard. I'm not going to lie. You can probably see by my face right here, it's a little swollen. Boy hits hard. I give him a lot of props. When we went out there, I know just a little thing. I knew he liked to touch hands right at the beginning of the bell. It's not that I disrespected him at all. I just knew that was part of his way to set up his fight, kind of a mental game. So I was like, we ain't tapping hands. Just to kind of mess up his mental game. I don't know if that helps a lot or not, but.
Now, and another thing, like I said, I was looking at your record, and I mean, I'm a fan, and it wasn't that impressive. So I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I'm looking at his record. He's 10-1.
Right, yeah.
And I'm looking at you, and I mean, do you feel like, how has your training increased? Have you always been at trials? I mean, obviously not.
No, I was at Tribes MMA, which is also in Fort Collins. They have a couple of really good coaches, and I learned a lot of stuff there. But I kind of got to a peak there where I couldn't really go any further. That's when Ed Herman and Ryan Schultz came into town and said, hey, I'm going to go over with those guys and start training with them. As far as, my record's not the best, but I've been fighting since I was 19 years old. I'm 25 right now.
Well, it's not a bad record. I don't mean that. What I was getting at is your increase in training. I mean, you kind of stepped up your training.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
basically where I was taking it.
I used to fight at 185, just kind of chubby. Right now I'm pretty trim at 170. This fight was at 175, but still I was in good shape for this fight, and that's because of my world-class coaches right now.
Awesome. Well, go ahead and thank your team and your sponsors, man. I appreciate it.
Trials MMA. Thank you so much. I got Runic Tattoo and Body Piercing in Fort Collins, Colorado. Check them out. Max Muscle in Loveland and Fort Collins. If it wasn't for them, I probably would starve to death. ESPXE, Ken, my conditioning coach, and of course Rev Gear for all my fight gear. Thanks, guys.